But just in case, let's look at the semi-final fixtures. Well, guys, you know already, if for any reasons we do not pick that ticket,
we have one more chance.
We have one more chance.
Or 2 chances per se.
Right now we have to.
Let's consider all our options.
Right now we have 2 chances. But if we fail to win tomorrow,
that third option shouldn't even be on the table.
Okay.
But you see, this should interest us. Senegal, Nigeria, Algeria, South Africa. I'm not good with permutations, but today look at this. Just if we fail to do the job against the Algerians, who would you prefer to play in a losers final?
Neither one of them is good opponents, actually. But we now have a measure of the Algerians, so that'll probably be the best. It doesn't mean anything, really.
Doesn't mean that, yeah, doesn't.
Because I mean, a good coach would probably, rework his tactics to face a well-known opponent. It's right now. It's not good. If we don't win tomorrow, it will just make things much. But
winning tomorrow makes the job easy.
That's if we win. But I don't see it happening. But if push comes to shove, I prefer to face Algeria. South Africans usually have something. They have an extra motivation. They go into an extra gear when they're playing against Nigeria. They feel they have something to prove. And North Africans usually because we are more tactically aware, we have better players who play abroad and in bigger competitions now. We've gotten a very good measure of North Africans. But I prefer to play Algeria than to play South Africa. So best of luck to South Africa in the Olympics, if you ask me.
Okay, all right. I guess we just have to leave the issue at that, and hopefully we'll be here tomorrow to talk about a victory for the Dream Team 6, and victory, a bonus with the victory will mean that we will be in next year's Olympics in Rio, Brazil. All fingers crossed, that is. All right, let's quickly go to the UEFA Champions League, and Real Madrid seem to be putting in the goals, and that's it on your screen. Real Madrid 2 goals up against Malmo. The game, Paris Saint-Germain and Shakhtar Donetsk is still goalless as we speak. Well, I don't want to call it the impossible, but Wolfsburg, the game of the day.
Why is it impossible? There's nothing impossible in the UEFA Champions League.
That's what I said. I said I don't want to call it, but I didn't see this happening.
That would be no.
I didn't see this happening.
I disagree. I saw this happening.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I have to be honest.
I saw it happening all the way.
I thought United had got their fingers burned and they're going to play every game like it was a final.
You forget that they also have injury concerns as well. No Morgan Schneiderlin and no who was it? Rooney. So they are short on key personnel as well. But let's start from the top. Paris Saint-Germain already qualified. They are playing against the Shakhtar Donetsk that will probably be playing in the Europa League. Real Madrid also qualified as well, just doing
resting key players
and just getting a 3-0 scoreline so far to build confidence going back into the Spanish La Liga. PSV Eindhoven doing very well. I expected them to be really competitive as well. They've never failed to score a goal since June 2014 in every game that they've played. That's a Dutch record. So they're doing quite well against CSK Moscow as well, 2-0. Wolfsburg currently defeating Manchester United by 2-1. All United fans everywhere are currently sweating blood because this will mean that they will be eliminated, and this will be only the 4th time in the history of Manchester United that they've not qualified for the Champions League knockout phases, if it remains this way, but there's still plenty to play for. Benfica also qualified as well, currently losing at home to Atletico Madrid. Shouldn't be a problem, both teams already through. Galatasaray also playing goalless with FC Astana of Kazakhstan. Borussia Mönchengladbach and Manchester City currently grinding out a 1-1 draw at the Etihad Stadium. And Sevilla and Juventus also playing out a goalless draw in Spain. All
right, that's how it stands right now. Live updates from matches currently going on in the UEFA Champions League. Trust us to interrupt whatever we're doing if there's any update to give to you. And like Tunde just said, it's not really looking good for Manchester United as we speak, but a lot more time to turn things around. All right, let's talk about guys that will be involved tomorrow. For some reasons, I picked out 2 English teams on different sides. One not doing too well in the domestic league, but can't consolidate top spot. One doing well in the domestic league, but really it could be lights out tomorrow. Let's talking about Arsenal. Let me quickly start with you. Injury worries, key personnel not available for the Gunners.
Yeah, there's a change. There's a change at the Etihad Stadium. Borussia Mönchengladbach have scored the 2nd goal and are currently leading Manchester United. It's Manchester City. It's currently Manchester City 1, Borussia Mönchengladbach 2.
Wow. Okay, all right. So
improvement
trust
in
us.
our English
Trust us. We'll interrupt anything we're doing just to give you updates. But quickly talk about Arsenal, Tolu.
Well, Arsenal have what looks like an impossible task. They were in this same fixture last year and they lost. Man United have also lost a couple of times. English teams usually lose every time they visit Greece, so it will be very difficult. And considering that Arsenal, it's like a deja vu with what happened with Monaco last season, needing a clear two-goal advantage to advance. They are in this same situation, and they don't have their key players. No Alexis Sanchez, no Santi Catoya,
No Coquelin.
no Francis Coquelin, who anchors the midfield. Oh, well, they have some returning players, Aaron Ramsey, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. They also have Theo Walcott. But these guys have not played well.
That's
for
a
some
really
time.
do they have enough to do the job?
They are Arsenal. They have to think about that. They have to see themselves as a team that can pull off the impossibles. Maybe Wenger can do a video documentary of the 2006 Champions League campaign for them when they did the impossibles all the way to the finals, defeating Real Madrid, Juventus, Villarreal, and then almost defeating Barcelona before losing that out. Maybe he can do that video documentary for them to boost the players' morale and tell them anything is just possible. But it's going to be really difficult. Look, it will be a miracle, sort of, if Arsenal wins by 2 clear goals that they need tomorrow. 1-0 is not enough. 2 goals to 1 is not enough. They need maybe begin from 3-2 or 4-2 to advance, and that is.
And if the opponent score 1, they have to add to their goals.
Olympiacos also has something going on for them. They've been scoring, I mean, almost against every team lately, both in the Greek league, and you just fear for it. They're at home and they may just.
There's also Brownie there, who is also playing for the Olympiacos. Might have to say regarding that.
I could almost imagine what you're going to say, but I'm going to listen anyway.
You know, I saw a conversation on Twitter just 2 nights ago. Some journalist in Nigeria actually tweeting Bandai and telling him, please score against Arsenal. Serious banter, that is.
All right. Can the Gunners do the job?
Arsenal should have enough in the Arsenal.
Okay.
I think at this level of football, Arsenal, but they've lost a lot of their cutting edge. They've lost a lot of their power and do I say, you know, their strength overall, their ability to subdue teams, you know, without a whimper. They've lost it over the past last month or so. Before they won this weekend against Sunderland, they only won in three Premier League games.
In November, so they didn't win.
Yeah, and shorn of Alexis Sanchez, Santi Cazorla, it will be difficult in the cauldron that Olympiacos will cook up for them. So it's almost mission impossible. I can almost hear the soundtrack playing in my head. But I hope they can get that result.
Good news for Manchester United fans.
Yes,
break the news.
2-2. It's
shocking.
Wolfsburg 2, Manchester United 2. Manchester United playing catch up, staying competitive, still hoping to get that win that to take them to the knockout phase. Wolfsburg are making it a hell of a fight. And there's still plenty to come in this game. I still see twists and turns. It will be interesting to see how this one pans out.
And it's shocking to see that United have scored 2 goals in a game. They haven't scored 2 in a game
exactly.
in a
long time. Well, this is because this is born out of desperation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think it's because they are desperate actually.
Most of the matches approaching halftime.
Yeah.
Some already at halftime. Some a minute or 2 in injury time. So probably we will rest a little. So when the matches resume, we will be giving you updates. All right, let's quickly flip things and talk about another English side. I'll start with Tunde now. Chelsea. Domestic form, not good. But UEFA Champions League, decent chance.
This has been an absolute nightmare as far as Chelsea are concerned. Champions of England, you know, plenty of braggadocio, plenty of you know, hype going into this season. They have struggled incredibly. Even in the Champions League as well, they haven't been the usual dominant force. But all they need tomorrow is a draw against FC Porto in order to see themselves through. We are not sure whether Jose Mourinho's old club will do them any favors. But at this level of football, it's very hard to see an accord being played out between two teams. They're usually very professional about the way they go about things. And for Chelsea, who are losing at home to the likes of Bournemouth, playing against former European winners themselves, FC Porto, 2-time European champions, also currently who are also very competitive in the Portuguese league. it's a difficult one. It's difficult now. It's almost shocking for you now to see Chelsea going into every game with trepidation. So, Jose Mourinho is saying that